The story of the early days of Hope Grows began in the dirt, digging my pain into the earth from the loss of my father. While working through my grief, I kept evolving with the rhythm of nature, allowing it to feed my soul. From there, the idea of helping caregivers kept surfacing. Finally, Hope Grows was born. I started by incorporating the nonprofit and then applied for the 501c3 charity status, which took more than 1.5 years to happen. While I was waiting for the approval of the charity status, I began putting a board of directors together and learning what it takes to run a nonprofit. While my passion came from wanting to help others, I know I didn't know the first thing about running a nonprofit. What I did know was what caregivers wanted and needed: someone to listen and a place they could share their story. After looking at many research articles, the common thread was that caregivers wanted a place for a change of environment, a place to take care of self, and a place that was empowering. I knew then I needed to surround myself with people that knew more than I did about running a business and a charity. Our challenges began with this population not widely identifying as a caregiver, and the general public not understanding why we should support this mission. I remember once asking someone to donate $500 and I was told why. Why now? Why is it necessary to support this mission? I mentioned that national statistics are telling us that those caring for a family member are ending up with chronic illness themselves, leaving their careers to care for their loved ones, suffering from depression, having poor nutritional habits, not taking care of self, and in some horrible, worse cases, killing the person they are caring for and then taking their own lives. That is what keeps me motivated still, saying to myself no one should end up killing themselves or developing a chronic illness for doing what is the most awesome thing anyone could do for another human, caring for them at the most vulnerable time of their life. Programs and services began to flourish. I thought about time and the lack of it that caregivers reported having. From there, our phone check-in program was born. Think Caregiver. Caregivers didn't have to think about reaching out for support. Hope Grows would call instead, just to check in and see if there was anything that they needed. The next thing I wanted to incorporate with caregivers was nature. While nature and digging in the earth became healing for me, I thought, why not caregivers? I became certified in horticultural therapy, and with the help of my family, we began creating therapeutic gardens around the property of our home. At that time, I also learned about the respite care worker model and a grant through the Department of Human Services. As long as I trained volunteers in the respite care worker model created through Temple University, I could implement any type of respite program. This is where Take a Break in the Dirt began, an after-school gardening program for children with special needs, which then gave the family caregiver a break. Nature and the therapeutic benefits of it became the forefront of our core values. The reinforcement from caregivers that this was helpful and our increasing numbers of those we were supporting told us we were on our way to providing a service that was so needed.